There are two kinds of goals that we all have. There are those goals that are outer goals, right? That I must buy a house, and I must buy a car, and I must get married, and I must earn this much money, must sell my company, and all of the rest of the things that are in the outer world, right? And there is the reason you were born. That is your inner goal. Sometimes you have to take some 15 or 20 births. That takes more than 2,000 or 3,000 years before you realize one goal. One goal. And that goal can be developing independence, or learning to be grateful, or learning to trust, or dealing with a handicapped child. It could be anything. And honestly, it doesn't matter what your outer goals are. If you have the good fortune of knowing what your inner goal is, you're blessed. Okay, so 90% of us don't. Why? We're born with amnesia. We're born not knowing. And you have to wonder, wouldn't it be just easier that we all just remember why we came and then go ahead and do what we have to do? That you came to this earth and you're going to face a very deadly disease, and you have to face that disease with fortitude. Can you imagine? From the time you're small, you'll be waiting for that disease to come. Right? You'll be waiting for all those things to come. And then if you're going to remember just that one thing, just your purpose in life, what about this 7,000 other lives that you've had, and all the things that you have to remember, and all the people that you wronged, and all the things that you did? You'd be clouded, completely clouded with memories. So every birth, like every moment, like every day, is a chance to wipe the slate clean. This is the chance you have to discover your goal and to approach it with a fresh perspective, with something new inside you. You tried it last time when you were a lawyer. You tried it in the previous life when you were a prostitute. You tried it the life before that when you were a king. You tried it the life before that. Now, as a whatever you are, a lawyer, an accountant, or whatever, whichever background you're coming from, you're going to try it with a new perspective. And there is only one way you can find your inner goal. It's when, in Sanskrit we have something that is swadharma and paradharma. Swadharma is that activity, or that branch, or that feels right when you do it. You have a talent for it, and that talent surfaces very easily. And if you pick a career in that line, not only do you enjoy the career, but you also do very well. So when you have something that's swadharma, that feels right, that's when you know that this is the right thing for me to pursue. Is it your true purpose? You still don't know. You still never know whether this is what you were supposed to be. But what is paradharma that goes against your very nature is when you feel the stress, when you feel like you don't want to wake up every day, you feel like you don't want to go through the day, you don't want to attempt anything. That's when you know that whatever you're doing is not getting you anywhere. And it's time to take a step back and examine what you really want in life. And I always tell you that we all of us have dreams. The Walmart clerk didn't wake up saying, I want to be a Walmart clerk. That wasn't his life's ambition. Neither was the garbage collector's dream that. Right? Everyone inside of them wants to do something bigger, something so much better. Right? And the goals that you follow in a very focused, dedicated approach with no doubt, those are the goals you reach. That is what you achieve. But most of us have all these things coming up. Oh, I could sell cosmetics, I could write books, I can make a movie. Okay, I'm talking in terms of me. But for someone else it could be, I can become a professor, I can make some artifacts, I can paint, I can teach Spanish, I can teach English. So many different things that you all want to do. But if you don't follow it through with effort, half the time you start something, you say, it's never going to work. I think it's too much effort, it's not working out. We give up very soon. And our biggest enemy is ourselves. Of course, we have all those others that tell you, don't do this, it's not for you. People from our background cannot do this. You're too weak. You can't lift anything. Don't try hitting a tennis racket. My dad used to tell me that. Your wrist is too weak. Don't try lifting a tennis racket. So, people tell you things in the best interest, worst interest, or whatever. The problem is, we ourselves don't have a clear idea where we're going or what we want. And that is why in the beginning of the year, I tell every one of you, write on an index card 5 things you want in terms of self-improvement, 5 things you want in terms of the world around you, what you want to achieve, and 5 things that you want for the world. Or 2 or 3 things, doesn't matter. If you don't have very concrete goals that you look at, you're liable to forget it. And you don't have to look at it and say, oh my God, why haven't I reached this? Why haven't I reached this? You don't have to do that. You have to have it as something at the back of your mind. You read it once a day. Read it once a day. And then let it be. Go about your day. You'll find that during the day, your activities were geared towards achieving whatever you wrote. And it won't be anything deliberate. It won't be anything that goes on in your mind. It won't be feverish. But if you don't crystallize what you want from your life, where are you going? Where are you going? A friend of mine, his son was graduating. I was talking to him. I said, do you know what you want? What are you going to do? He says, oh, I might try this, I might try that, I haven't decided, I might do this, whatever comes up. I'm like, if you do that, you're never going to get anywhere. So when he got a job, he phoned me up and he says, Kanchana auntie, I wrote down my goals and within a month I got the interview. You see, it's all about visualizing in your mind what is prayer. What is prayer? And you just say what you want. Crystallize that thought. I want healing in my family. I want my daughter or my son or my brother or my sister or someone to get married. I want a good job. I want a good job from... You're saying all those things. Trust me, that idol out there is not listening to you. Neither can it ever respond to you. what happens is that you yourself are creating the vibrations in the universe. By giving it body, whenever all thought, and especially vocal, when you voice it, you get even more vibration. That is why prayer works. And prayer works, trust me, whether you pray in a temple or you pray in the house. Because you're voicing, you're giving, as long as you're not complaining. Because if you're complaining, it'll make sure that you remain in a complaining mode for the rest of your life. Because it gives you what you ask for. Right? What manifests is what you're thinking about. So what are the quality of your thoughts? What are you thinking about? How scattered are you, or how focused are you? It's important to become completely focused, and it happens. We can't do everything. But we do it one at a time. And then at the end of the year, you look at that list and you say, this I got, or this I didn't get. And you carry it over. You carry it over. You can be as specific as you want. I want to earn $100,000 next year. I want to be so self-reliant that nothing can touch me. I want to give away $1,000 a year in charity. What is the best charity that I can do? I want to give my time to a soup kitchen. You can be as specific as you want. I have someone who told me that he told himself that he wanted his boss's job. And he said 6 months later, his boss was asked to move and he got the job. Visualizing what you want works. Why? Because all day, your actions are geared towards it. Subliminally, it's working. It's a good thing to read it last thing at night, first thing in the morning, once a day. Not to drive yourself crazy. But you must have them. Because otherwise, we're just fumbling through life. You reach the age of 16, you say, what did I do? What have I achieved? Where am I going? What's this all about? You don't want that. You want at every moment to feel that you've contributed in some way. That you've achieved what you were here for. That your talents have been used. That you've reached as much of your potential as you possibly can. That you do everything to the best of your ability. That every moment you gave 100% of effort to whatever it is that you did. Whether you're garbage collecting or you're a big tycoon, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you devote your time and what the content of your time is. What does this moment, what does this now consist of? Are you filled with fears and anxieties of things that won't work? Fears and anxieties of things that may not happen? Or are you doing something about it? Because whatever problem you're facing and impediments or obstacles that are preventing you from reaching your goal, they are there for a reason. They are there so that you learn to confront them and convert them into just challenges. Problems are problems as long as you keep it as you think of it as a problem. But with faith, with courage, gratitude, these are the three ingredients. You can convert any problem into a challenge. And that's when you really align with universal forces. As long as you're resisting what's happening, feeling sorry that you didn't get this and didn't get that, and I wish I'd had this, will I ever get that, will I ever grow here, will I ever visit Fiji, on all these things that we have, right, that we wish we could have done. As long as you feel like you never got it, you'll never get it. Because that's what you're putting out. That's what you're giving. That's the energy you're giving. You go and sit in front of in the temple and say, I'm never going to have a child. I'm never going to, God, why have you done this so that I never have a child? That's all that is what, you'll never get a child. You won't. But if you think about it as, my life is going to be full. I will be bringing up my beautiful son in 5 years' time. Give yourself a goal and have this vision of that child. Automatically your aura changes into positive energy. You're not talking about your lack or what's not worked out or what you don't have, but you're immediately talking about what's coming, what's on the way. It's in your destiny, it's in your dream, it's in your goal. It's for you. And that's how you have to flip things in your head. And if you do that, then abundance just comes. If you do that and you have the good fortune of following that swadharma, what is right for you, life is fun, it's exciting. Every day you'll wake up and say, what's going to happen today? That's how you should be. All of you should be. Not looking so exhausted.
I'm listening.
Om Namah Shivaya.